The new Whirlpool W collection with Sixth Sense technology that fully guides you to achieve perfect results. Whirlpool, sensing the difference.
Welcome back. It is American Independence Day, so we have asked our resident Yank to serve up a treat, and she's Canadian, but however, that wouldn't look out of place in the good old US of A.
Oh, Lord. We'll start with an apology. Chrissy Gibson from Take the Case. Happy 4th of July to you.
Thanks. Yeah, the resident Yank.
Because you were born in Canada, but raised in the States.
I was proudly born in Canada.
Yeah.
And
Canada
I was raised,
had their Independence Day during the week.
Just the other day. And somebody asked me for the Nanaimo bars. Remember when we made those last year?
Yeah, I remember them. Yeah.
And I said, sorry, don't have time.
What
you didn't ask me last week.
What are we having today, then?
So, do you know something? We don't have a traditional 4th of July dessert. Here
right.
in Ireland, we have at Christmas, we've got pudding and we've got Christmas cake. You always know what you're going to get at Christmas, but there's no one dessert for the 4th of July.
Right.
But what you do see is a lot of red, white, and blue.
Right.
What does that mean when we're talking about food? There's no blue that happens naturally in food. So we're talking about blueberries.
Yeah, okay.
You see a lot of blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. Now, the big thing about the day is the barbecue. And you'll go to a friend or family's house and you'll always bring something, a dessert, maybe an apple pie or a salad or something. Somebody will always show up with one of these.
With a very patriotic cake.
Always. But that's not what we're going to make today because I don't foresee anyone in Ireland needing an American flag cake today. So we're going to make cheesecake stuffed strawberries. Now it's a bit of a cheat. It's not real cheesecake. It's sort of a mock cheesecake. Okay. This couldn't be simpler. I go for it because I've always found that the simplest recipes are the yummiest. Yeah. We're starting with 450 grams of fresh strawberries and 225 grams of cream cheese. Get the full-fat cream cheese, not the low-fat. And then just 50 grams of icing sugar, okay? And a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 5 mils. Okay. That's just 5 mils. And give it a whiz, whip it up with your hand mixer. If you don't have a hand mixer, that's no problem. Just give it a nice stir. You want to work on it for just about a minute, 2 minutes tops, just until it's nice and fluffy. And when I made my stuffed strawberries, I used a piping bag to put the cheese in. But if you don't have a piping bag at home, and not everybody does, you can just use a little spoon, okay? Easy peasy. Now, I will say this, don't make these ahead of time. Certainly don't. If you've got a barbecue to go to, if you're going to friends or family's house and you're going to sit out in the back and have a nice meal together in the sun, this is a great thing to bring, but just don't make them the night before.
They don't sit?
No, because you know strawberries are really juicy. So you slice off the tops, you slice off the bottoms, and next thing you know, they're sitting in a puddle.
Right, they're going to run, yeah.
So you want to make these before you go to your families. Okay. So maybe just a couple of hours ahead of time, tops. Okay.
But on the day.
On the day. So if you don't have a piping bag, just take a little spoonful. That's it, by the way.
That's the mix.
Simple as.
That's it.
Right.
Okay. Did I mention it's a mock cream cheese?
You did.
A mock cheesecake. So we're gonna add the cheese mixture to our strawberries. I also made up a piping bag here, and
so if you've just taken the lid off them, Chrissy, and scooped out the...
Sorry, that's what I did. I should have mentioned that. So over here, I've got some whole strawberries. This is the part that you want to do maybe 2 hours before you serve them, okay? 5 hours tops.
Yeah.
You're going to go to the top and just slice off the top, all right? And then take your knife, use ideally a serrated knife. This is my strawberry knife. I've had this probably 25 years.
Okay.
I just use it for strawberries. It's hilarious because it's perfect. It's serrated, but it's also not too sharp, so I can press my thumb against it, you know? Okay. You're going to hollow out the inside, and then from the bottom, you're just going to slice a bit off the bottom, not a lot.
So is that just to sit on the plate?
Yeah, that way it'll sit flat, you see?
Okay.
And
very good.
So now we've got our cheese. Either you can put it in with a spoon or a piping bag. Here I filled a little piping bag, a small tip. You want a small tip. And just, can you see that from where you are?
Yeah.
Fill the strawberry up with your cheese mixture. Now,
How many will that mix get? You'll get 20 or 30?
Not 30, maybe 20, yeah. It depends. You're using 450 grams of strawberries, and depending upon how big they are, you know, that's enough cheese filling for that many strawberries. But the big ones are easier to do. The smaller ones are easier to pop into your mouth.
Of course, yeah.
Now, these are digestive biscuit crumbs. In the States, when we make a cheesecake, the crust is traditionally graham cracker crust.
Yeah.
So here, the closest thing we've got is digestive biscuits.
And a set cheesecake is the way to go in the States, isn't it? They don't
Absolutely.
do, unless it's a New York baked cheesecake.
No, they're baked, darling.
Yeah.
They're baked cheesecakes, yeah.
I know, darling.
So we have digestive biscuit crumbs here. If you want to do it, you know, kind of with that cheesecake twist, you just sprinkle those over the top, and there's your mock crust. If you do it without the digestive biscuit crumbs, you have a gluten-free dessert.
Oh, very good.
Now, we did say red, white, and blue, so we're taking our one blueberry, and we're just going to put it on the top there. You see that?
Very simple.
And you can make them without the blueberries if you want.
Okay.
So in the one that you've done the American flag on, is that just a base of strawberries underneath, Chrissy?
So that you could literally do this any way you want, although I don't foresee you going home and doing one of these. I made a white cake. You could also use a yellow butter cake or a Madeira cake recipe. Put it in any casserole dish, loaf pan, and you can use whipped cream or vanilla frosting. Today I used vanilla frosting, and just freshly sliced strawberries, blueberries. And I believe I put a few too many stars on my flag, but hey.
No one's counting. No one's counting.
Rush.
So really, this is a really simple and I'm sure very delicious and tasty. Seeing as we have time, would you just show us once again how you scooped out the inside of and how much you're taking out of the strawberry?
That's the only tricky part, and it's the only time-consuming part. So the first thing you do is you flatten off the top, okay? And then with the tip of your knife, you'll hollow out the inside like so, all right? Now, don't cut too much off the bottom because you've got a hollow inside, and if you cut too much off the bottom, you're going to have a hole going straight through your strawberry.
Just want to level it off.
Okay, so and you know I like the big ones because they're easier to fill, but the little
Chrissy,
ones.
is there a Canadian
bite-sized.
traditional dessert for Canada Day?
You know, that might be Nanaimo bars. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've cooked those on the show before.
They're yummy, aren't they?
They are ridiculous.
Chrissy, that's beautiful. Really well done.
Thanks.
Thank you, Chrissy, and happy 4th of July.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
Our resident Yank. All right, full recipe details. She's shaking her head. For today's cheesecake, stuffed strawberries are up on our website, or you can check out takethecake.ie for more of Chrissy's wares, including her stockists.
Thank you, Chrissy. Now, still to come, Russell Carroll Kelly's alter ego, Paul Howard, will be stopping by for a chat. See you in a few minutes.
The new Whirlpool W collection with 6th Sense technology that fully guides you to achieve perfect results. Whirlpool, sensing the difference.